नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये
नष्टप्रायेषु
भद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Divinity and Divine Service. Shloka number 3. Ato vai kavayo nityam bhaktim paramaya muda vasudeve bhagavati kurvan atma prasadani. Okay, word to word meaning. Ataha, therefore, why, certainly, kavayaha, all transcendentalists, nityam, from time immemorial, bhaktim, service unto the Lord, paramaya, supreme, muda, great delight, Vasudeva, Shri Krishna, Bhagavati, the personality of Godhead, Kurvanti, do render, Atma, self, Prasadani, that which enlivens. Translation performed by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Jai Shri Prabhupada. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Certainly, therefore, since time immemorial, all transcendentalists have been rendering devotional service to Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead, with great delight, because such devotional service is enlivening to the self. Therefore, the speciality of devotional service unto the personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, is mentioned herein. Lord Sri Krishna is the Swayam Rupa personality of Godhead, and all other forms of Godhead, beginning from Sri Baladev, Sankarshana, Vasudeva, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Narayana, and extending to the Purusha avatars, Guna avatars, Leela avatars, Yuga avatars, and many other thousands of manifestations of the personality of Godhead, are Lord Krishna's plenary portions and integrated parts. The living entities are separated parts and parcels of the personality of Godhead. Therefore, Lord Sri Krishna is the original form of Godhead, and He is the last word in the transcendence. Thus, He is more attractive to the higher transcendentalists who participate in the eternal pastimes of the Lord. In the forms of the personality of Godhead other than Sri Krishna and Baladev, there is no facility for intimate personal contact as in the transcendental pastimes of the Lord at Brajabhumi. The transcendental pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna are not newly accepted as argued by some less intelligent persons. His pastimes are eternal and manifested in due course once in the day of Brahmaji, as the sun rises on the eastern horizon at the end of 24 hours. Om Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandam Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyasya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Krishna Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Govesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishvanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. So this is at the end of like wonderful series of shlokas which talks about the progression of devotional service, right from the stage of Shraddha to like Prema, and also like this wonderful description actually is given, and at the end of it, it is mentioned that certainly, therefore, since time immemorial, all transcendentalists have been rendering devotional service to Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead, with great delight, because such devotional service is enlivening to the self. So this is the glory of devotional service is given, and also the way the devotional service when it is practiced. So it facilitates the living entity to make advancement in Krishna consciousness. So that is nicely mentioned in the previous set of shlokas. So like the whole universe or whole the material creation is done for the purpose of the elevation of the living entities. That's the whole purpose of the creation. And in fact, in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, so when Brahma creates this universe, and after that he sees, he establishes the system of purification and system of like how the living entities will become liberated, and then he creates the whole lot of population in the universe, and after that he sees that people are not interested in following these rules and regulations. People are only interested in sense gratification. So then he becomes very morose, and then he prays to the Supreme Lord that I've created this whole universe so that the living entities can purify themselves and get back to the spiritual world. But then the moment the creation is done, so immediately like nobody is caring for any rules and regulations. Everybody is like behind sense gratification. So Brahma expresses his this one dissatisfaction or like anxiety, and he offers prayers. So it is mentioned. Prayers of Lord Brahma to the creative energy or something like that. So like that's a very wonderful chapter. It has very nice shlokas of Brahma's prayers. So now this is the whole purpose of the entire creation. That is to execute this system of devotional service and purify oneself and to go back to the spiritual world. And so here the shloka starts saying, certainly therefore, since time immemorial, all transcendentalists have been rendering devotional service to Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead, and with great delight, and because such devotional service is enlivening to the self. So this is the reason that this creation is there meant for the purpose of purifying ourselves and quitting this place. This is not a place to buy property and settle down and things like that. So it will keep on getting unsettled. So it is the goal is that the whole everybody is doing different things because to attain certain goals. That should be very clear. What is our goal? And the material nature keeps on affecting us, keeps on disturbing this particular thing, that the goal keeps shifting. Like when we associate with the materialistic people, so then we get materialistic goals. Like we have to climb up on the ladder, not devotional ladder, corporate ladder. So of course, if it is there in your karma, you have to climb up. Then you have to climb up. There is no this one. But then we should not make over endeavor, for things. Like today morning, I was hearing Srila Prabhupada's class. He was mentioning that if without appetite, if you eat, what will happen? Disease will come. So Prabhupada is telling that you are going against the laws of nature. If you have hunger, you should eat. Otherwise, you should not eat. So like if you go against the laws of nature, it is always going to be troublesome. Like based on your past activities, you have been destined to have certain kind of a life. So but you don't like that. So it is not very very good to your liking. So then you try to change and you try to work against that. And then this over endeavor. So then that is going to create a lot of problem, right? So in this way, we see that this material world is not for making things in a very nice way. No, why? Because we have already paid for something, and whatever we paid for, that product we will get. So by our actions and by our karma, so we have already paid for certain thing. So only that we will get. No, in one place I was hearing that in Kali Yuga this divorce and things like that and all is quite common. So in Vedic times, what happens is that like if somebody gets a partner who is not a very what is that? No, to his liking. So then what he would do, he would just tolerate. This is what I have paid for and I got this. So in case if I want to get something better, I will do punya now. I will do punya now and in future I will get something good. So that's the Vedic thought process. And in the modern thought processes, I want something to my liking, I will change it immediately. So that is the modern thought process, and that is too demoniac and very, very demoniac, and that is going to give lot of suffering and lot of pain, because it is against the laws of nature. So Krishna mentions Matra Spashastu Kaunteya Sitoshana Sukha Dukkada Adma Paino Nitya Stanti Diksha Sabharata. So he says that whatever comes, whatever situation comes in this material world, we need to tolerate it, because that is the thing that we have paid for, that is the thing that we have worked for, and now we are reaping the results of our karma. And we should not try to retaliate, that particular this one. But rather we should plan for future. The Vedic scriptures always guides us, don't be too busy, changing the situation, in the current time. So work for the future situation. That is something to be very important. It is like the modern civilization is more like, the exam is being prepared and you wrote the exam and then marks came and marks is not to your liking. So then go to the teacher, like thoda 500 rupees le lo. So mark thoda badal do. So and things like that. So that's what is happening. And so it is not, these kind of things will not actually give us complete satisfaction. So the whole purpose, the aim is, so now what should be the aim? The aim should be to go back to the spiritual world and to be engaged in loving devotional service unto Lord Sri Krishna. So our original position, that is our goal. And anything that is going to disturb this goal, so we should be disturbed. Anything else, in this world, so many other profits and losses that is happening. So we should not be much disturbed by these things. Because if we get disturbed by those things, so then the ultimate goal will be weakened. So many a times we don't have this goal at all. We don't feel for this goal at all. This what is it? If suddenly a thought of sense gratification pops up in the mind, so then definitely a sincere devotee doesn't like that. He wants to have thoughts of Krishna. So but then so still it is not so much painful. Just like if you not for brahmacharis, those who have different jobs and things like that, suddenly your job is gone, or suddenly somebody loots all your money, from the bank, and things like that. So it will be painful, right? So but that much of pain we don't have if we are not able to hear the names of the Lord properly, or if we are not able to think of Krishna properly and things like that. So it is, the process is manmana bhavamat bhakto madhyajimam namaskuru. So today morning, again the same lecture Prabhupada was mentioning, manmana bhavamat bhakto. So what is the difficulty in this? Just think of Krishna all the time. And I was thinking Prabhupada, as asani se pata nahi. Just think of Krishna all the time. So we are doing so much of circus, and sometimes we are able to think and sometimes we are not able to, and sometimes the mind is forcibly engaged in thoughts of sense gratification. So the process that we are doing is for this purpose, to remember Krishna all the time. And the process that is mentioned in this previous set of shlokas, Shanmatam Swakata or Shushutosha Dadanasya, from there till this point, Vidyate Hriday Granthas Chityante Sarva Samshaya Shriyante Chase Karmani Tishtayeva Atmanishwari. So till there, it is full of the process of how to actually remember Krishna all the time and how not to forget Krishna at any point in time. Right? So people who are very much serious about this goal, so they will apply themselves to this process very, very seriously. So that sometimes this is mentioned as an airtight process. If you keep like any fried items, like papad and things like that. So if you want to preserve that, especially in Bangalore climate, you have to keep it airtight. Otherwise, if the moisture or cold air and things like that falls, it will not be papad. It'll become like a handkerchief. So that in the same way, like the Krishna consciousness is also something to be practiced in that way. So the Krishna consciousness is practiced in such a way that 24/7 a devotee is engaged in Krishna consciousness, and the allowance or not the gap for material sense gratification is not allowed. So when this process is done in that way, so then the process actually makes it produces a result. Otherwise the process doesn't produce results. So therefore, since time immemorial, all the transcendentalists, so they have been working on this process, they have been implementing this process, and they have been, there are a lot of success stories. Even in Bhagavatam itself, you will find a lot of success stories of how people have followed this and how people have seen the results. Right? So rendering transcendental, rendering devotional service unto Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, with great delight. So this is also very important. So sometimes people ask that we have to render service to Krishna, so like we have to give up all our sense gratification, all our happiness in this world. So it's actually a joke that they are telling actually, what happiness people had anyways. So like here, actually the real happiness comes when a person renders service to Krishna. So all of us know this shloka, that Savai Pumsam Paro Dharma, Yeto Bhakti Radokshuje, Ahitukiya Pratihataya Atma Suprasizati. So like when a person renders service unto the Supreme Lord Krishna, without any without any other motivation, and then apratihata, without any stop. So like there is no gap for sense gratification. It's continuous devotional service. Then that makes the person so much satisfied, suprasidati, very deeply satisfied. So very greatly satisfied. So one time, one devotee was challenged by a non-devotee. So he was trying to distribute book, and then the other person told that he told that you'll be happy if you this one. If you actually study this book and follow Krishna consciousness and things like that. The opposite person quite confidently responded, saying that, I'm much happier than you. And this guy got into depression. So this is what happens if we don't put the practice in place properly. So then, the devotee will feel, so-called devotee will feel that yes, this person, he is more happy. I have not been allowed to go to hotels. I have not been allowed to do sense gratification. मुझे book भेजने भेज दिए, things like that. So, but then this one is that if we actually put this process into place, if we actually render devotional service properly to Krishna, it will not take much time. Even in one single day, even in one moment, we can actually feel the happiness. It doesn't even need that we have to make tremendous advancement in Krishna. So whenever a living entity turns towards Krishna and then renders some devotional service unto him, with sincerity and with the desire to make progress in Krishna consciousness, so immediately he feels great pleasure. This transcendental devotional service is executed with great pleasure. Susukam kartam avyayam, right? So because such devotional service is enlivening to the self, because just Srila Prabhupada many times he mentions that how a fish in the water is happy and peaceful. It is in its own habitat. So in the same way, when a living entity is put in connection with Krishna, he becomes so happy and peaceful. It is natural environment for him to live. So this is the condition of devotional service. And so understanding this, all the people who have the desire, to cross beyond the ocean of material existence, have always been rendering, this devotional service unto Krishna, and that too with great delight. So now here in purport, Srila Prabhupada mentions the speciality of devotional service unto personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, is specifically mentioned here. So what are the specialities that are mentioned? So no attrition rate, since time immemorial, all the transcendentalists have been, rendering service, and then there was no need for change and things like that and all, and they were rendering service with great delight, and it actually enlivens the soul. These are all some of the things that are mentioned. So, and then Lord Sri Krishna is the Swayam Rupa, personality of Godhead, and all other forms of Godhead beginning from Sri Baladev, Sankarsana, Vasudev, Aniruddha and Pradyumna, and Narayana are extending to the Purusha avatars, Guna avatars, Leela avatars, Yuga avatars, and many other thousands of manifestations of the personality of Godhead are Lord Sri Krishna's plenary portions and integrated parts. Right? So this is an elaborate seminar that we can have on this topic, where how the Supreme Lord actually expands into various forms. So in Brahma Samhita we have some nice quotations in this regard, that Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayoganam Cha. So where it is mentioned that he is Advaita, he is one person, he is not two persons, like it is one person, the Supreme Absolute Truth is one, and that person, he manifests himself in many, many different forms. And we also have this another shloka, Ramadimurti Shukala Niyamena Krishna Nana Avataram Akarot Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Sambhavat Paramapumanyo Govindamani Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So like there are many, many different incarnations that the Supreme Lord actually takes. Just to reciprocate with his devotees, there are different ways in which the devotees want to render service to Krishna. And Krishna also, just to reciprocate with all of them, he also assumes various different forms with various different qualities. So, but all of them are one single personality called Lord Sri Krishna. So, it is often this example is given of moon, like you see the moon. What happened?
Attendance.
Okay. So you see the moon. So moon is one entity. So, but then in different phases it looks like different. So in the same way, the Supreme Absolute Truth, Krishna, is one entity. So when he chooses to display certain set of qualities, he assumes different kinds of incarnations. And then for different functions, he actually assumes various incarnations. Right? So, and they are all plenary portions and integrated parts. So they are all complete, Krishna. So displaying only a portion of his qualities. So then they are called as plenary portions. So the living entities are separated parts and parcels of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So there are two ways it expands. So one is the Swa-amsha, so his own expansion. So that is Krishna as good as, like it is the Narayana or Vishnu, and all of them are full Krishna, but choosing to display only certain set of qualities. So, but the living entities, they are also part and parcels of Krishna. They are also expansions of Krishna, but they are called Vibhinnamsha. They are separated expansions. So they can never act like Krishna. So it is not Krishna in a downgraded version. It is like, we can say that, what is it? It's something like subset with all the qualities of Krishna. So, but in a very minimized form, So like that. So, but the Swamsha, expansions of Krishna are full capacity, the like Supreme Lord with full capacity. So, but then he chooses to display certain set of qualities. But the living entities, even if they choose to display all qualities, they cannot. All qualities fully, they cannot. Because their limit itself very small. They are very, very minute. So it is the terminologies that are used to describe are Vibhu and Anu. So the living entity is Anu, very minute, and the Supreme Lord is Vibhu, unlimited and very great. So the living entity can never become the Supreme Lord. That's not possible. So then, therefore, Lord Sri Krishna is the original form of Godhead, and he is the last word in the transcendence. So what is in the transcendental realm? In the material realm, we have so many different things are there. So we have adharma is there, and we have dharmic sense gratification is there, and we have heavenly sense gratification is there, and things like that. So these are all the goals in the material, this one. And in the spiritual, this one, in the transcendence, so the goals are like Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. No, this is this one. So so this is the spiritual aspect. And in that Bhagavan also, there are many different features of the Lord are there. So Supreme Lord Krishna is the final word in the transcendence, right? So Vedeshu Sarver Ahameva Vedya Vedantikrit Veda Videva Chaham. So he is the one who is to be understood by studying all the Vedas, by doing all the spiritual practices. Why are we doing all these things? Just to understand Krishna, just to attain Krishna. That's the only purpose for which we are doing all the things that we are doing. So he is the last word. He is the last and final achievement that somebody can have in the spiritual pursuit. Thus, he is more attractive to the higher transcendentalists who participate in the eternal pastimes of the Lord. So, it is in the material things. We have always seen that anything that is very attractive, and we are getting a thought that without this I cannot live, and things like that. So we just have to give a little bit of time, and then after some time it is not going to be of the same eagerness and intensity we don't have towards the same material object. So after some time it dies down, because the matter cannot attract the living entity for long. So it is if you see that it is mentioned that only at the lotus feet of Krishna a living entity can be completely attached and forever, eternally be connected, and he will never feel irritated, he will never feel bored, and things like that. Even the transcendental subjects like Brahman, Brahma Jyoti is also completely transcendental, completely spiritual. So, but if a living entity is engaged in connection with Brahman, still, at some point in time he will get boringness. Some point in time he will get bored. So it is unlimited happiness. In the material world we cannot think of such a happiness. So that much happiness is there in the Brahman, but living entity, even there he cannot be fully satisfied and happy. He has to switch. So only place where there is zero attrition is, that is Krishna's lotus feet. Rest everywhere, then what to speak of ordinary companies? Definitely there will be attrition. So people will not feel satisfied with the same job, for long. So they will have to switch. Because only place that is completely safe and secure is the lotus feet of the Lord. And that's why the higher transcendentalists, so they always they want to be engaged in Krishna's pastimes. So it is so much so that in the pastimes of Rajabhumi, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning, it is so much so that the devotees in Vrindavan, so when they see that they have got good darshan of Krishna, and everybody has got their own time slot where they are completely with Krishna and things like that. So the cowherd boys have their slot, so they will they will be with Krishna throughout the day, in the forest. And then Mother Yashoda and elderly gopis, they also have their slot, and then younger gopis also they have their slot, and gopas also have their slot. Everybody have their slot. So, but then it is mentioned that in the night, sometimes the boys, cowherd boys, comes and knocks the door, and then Mother Yashoda comes, and then she asks, why have people come? You people have come now. So now it has become morning. Now Krishna should come with us. And then Mother Yashoda will say, no, it is still not morning. You see, just go and sleep peacefully. And every now and then these boys will come and they'll knock the door, and they'll be in illusion that now it is morning has come. So and now we have to go with Krishna and things like that. So one time. It is the pastime of, I think, Aghasur pastime, where Krishna gets up early and then he plays his bugle, and then all the boys come and they go. So they don't have any question at all. हमारा सेवा तो start होता है 10 बजे. आप 6 बजे क्यों बजा दिए? So and things like that. So they are not at all what is that? There is no set of rules and regulations. of when the service starts, when it ends, and things like that. It is continuous service, no? Continuously they are engaged in service of Krishna. And they are so eager to meet Krishna, to be with Krishna, so that like no other consideration actually comes. So in fact, there are many pastimes are there, like even the elderly gopis. So they are also like very much eager to see Krishna. So like it's every day, like after Krishna comes, Krishna is going to be there with them only like till the next day morning. So but then still they are so eager, as if like uh, like they have not seen Krishna for many lifetimes. That's the eagerness that they have. And in fact, when Akrura, when he came to take Krishna away from Vrindavan, so it is like it's commonly it happens. So many times like people go to some nearby town and come back and things like that. So it is that all the Rajavas, especially the gopis, they were completely feeling separation from Krishna, and they decided that he is not going to come. So why they decide like that? So because there is no chance. No, what is this one, like they always see the worst case scenario. So worst case scenario is like अभी जा रहे हैं. No, क्या पता है, like अगर वापस नहीं आया तो and things like that. So they were thinking of the worst case scenario, and then so much this one, and then on that fateful day, like the worst case scenario has to happen. So, but every day, for them it is worst case scenario only. So every day, like when Krishna goes to Vrindavan, goes to herd the cows, so they always feel, what if Krishna doesn't come back? Like they have so much of anxiety, all the time. And when the boys, after the day, like when they come back, at that time the boys also feel key, like what if Krishna doesn't come? What if tomorrow we don't get the chance to go and play with Krishna and things like that. So in this way, this is very great. This one, we see the Supreme Lord Krishna. He is he deals with various people. He reciprocates with people who are dharmic. Like he is giving dharma, artha, kama, and things like that to them. And then he is reciprocating with his practicing devotees, and he is reciprocating with like advanced devotees. And but in many cases, like we see that many wonderful personalities are there, like Kardam Muni, and many great personalities are there. So like with them also, Krishna comes and does some pastimes for limited period, and he goes. He doesn't. Even though their qualities are so attractive, they are such exalted personalities, but still Krishna doesn't spend so much time with all those people. So, but if such a person, if he chooses to spend time with somebody, for a prolonged period of time, and then if such a person is feeling from his side, feeling of separation that he is having towards some people, so then we can imagine to the extent that they are mad about Krishna, they are rendering service to Krishna, and their attraction to Krishna, so that they are like captivating the Supreme Lord himself, and that is the speciality of the residents of Vrindavan. So that is the key thing of this great book of Srimad Bhagavatam. So in fact, there are many different things that are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, but the key treasure is the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan. So and everything, the whole book is actually preparing our consciousness and preparing ourselves for this one. And here it's mentioned the transcendental pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna are not newly accepted as argued by some less intelligent persons. His pastimes are eternal and are manifested in due course once in a day of Brahmaji, as the sun rises on the eastern horizon at the end of every 24 hours. So here we see that this in the first chapter of the 10th canto or Krishna book, there it is mentioned that this Surasen is a king of the Mathura Mandal, and then he makes the Mathura as capital. So there is a big kingdom. So but then they make the capital as Mathura. And what is the reason for making Mathura as capital?
Because Krishna always resides there.
Yeah, so because they knew they're all pious people, they are all devotees of Lord, and they always knew that this is the place of Supreme Lord. This is the place where Lord performs his pastime. And even in the case of Dhruva Maharaj, when he wanted to attain a big kingdom, so he left home and Narad Muni comes and preaches to him and things like that. And then he humbly rejects his preaching, saying that, like Narad Muni says, you are a small boy, go and play, why you take all this one. देखो इधर साधु लोग हड्डी तक दिख रहे हैं अभी तक भगवान नहीं दिखा so इतना तपस करने के बाद भी भगवान नहीं मिलते हैं देख लो सोच लो like so don't like ये सब इसमें मत पढ़ो so like घर में जाकर अच्छे से खेलो and then like this one what is that our Guru Maharaj he told that no I want to have a bigger kingdom that's it if you can give me a like dharmic path to achieve that I'll be grateful so then Narad Muni was very happy. And then where did he told what he asked him to do? He asked him to go to Madhuban and then practice intense Krishna Bhakti. So so when Madhuban is like nothing but this the Mathura Mandal or this region of Vrindavan. So this is since time immemorial. This is in the Satya Yuga. So even then, we see that this place is considered to be a very auspicious place and a place where Krishna's pastimes happens. In fact, Narad Muni says this is a land of Krishna's pastimes. So it is always known. It is not that something that has been created at this point in time. So it is historically it is having a lot of proofs. That this place is a place where Krishna appears, and then it happens in cyclically. It is that what is that? It's if you go to a big organization and then there is a office room of the CEO or the chairman or something like that, and then chairman he has a office and he has his desk and chair and things like that. Whenever he comes he sits there. So if he has gone out for a tour, next day people will know that this is the place of the boss. So in the same way this is also like this. This is Krishna's place in the material world in the this one. And so whenever Krishna comes, he comes there. It is just like that. So it is quite normal for the people who have the idea of we are not just living for one lifetime. We are living multiple lifetimes, and then the whole earth itself or the universe itself goes through a cycle of creation and destruction. And there are certain things that happens systematically, every single period of creation. So then for them it becomes easier to digest this kind of concepts. But the modern materialists, they will not be able to digest these concepts, because for them it is all starting from some starting point, and then by development we have come to this point. So that's what they think. We have idea we have started off from Brahma, and by degradation we have come to this point. And, their thought process and our thought process is exactly opposite. So it is quite difficult to reconcile. And so whatever we have the ideas, so these all things may appear to be very like a fantasy for them. But then their ideas appear to be childish to us, and our ideas appears to them as fantasy. So but if somebody makes a little bit of advancement in Krishna consciousness, then they will be able to have faith in these subjects. So if if somebody makes if somebody is not very advanced, so then this problem. So it is this one nice shloka is mentioned from first chapter of 10th canto, which Prabhupada quotes it in preface. Nivritta tarsharupahiyamana bahoshadat shrota manobirama kauttama shloka gunanvada puman virajyeta bina pashutna. So this is one who is killer of soul, or one of the innocent animals and things like that. So basically a person who is accustomed to performing adharma, so for him acceptance of these things becomes very difficult. This requires a little bit of piety to accept these things. So it is our job to actually spread this message. In fact, I was just yesterday night I was reading one book, and this nice quote was there in that, quoting Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada is mentioning in one conversation or letter or something like that. So you go on with book distribution. They will be benefited, and distributors also will be benefited. Krishna says, Ya imam paramam guhyam mad bhakteshva abhidashyati and nacha tasman manusyeshu kashchin me priyakruttama. If you want to become quickly recognized by Krishna, then make propaganda, this Krishna consciousness movement. And once recognized by Krishna, then you are going back home, back to God is guaranteed. No? So this is what Srila Prabhupada mentions. So it is very nice that when the Supreme Lord himself came as Krishna to deliver this message and actually give this, like display the pastimes of, that happens in the this one Brajabhumi, and also like he has a follow-up, he comes as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then he practically demonstrates, the Yuga Dharma of chanting the names of the Lord. Yuga Dharma is Sankirtan, and Sankirtan means not just chanting the names of the Lord, but also preaching the message of Krishna consciousness. So this comes very nicely in the context in the 11th canto, where the discussion between Maharaj Nimi and Navayogindras. So there is a particular question that has been asked: what is the Yuga Dharma, of different ages? And when it comes to Kali Yuga, it is talked about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and two things that are mentioned, in terms of this particular incarnation, is that like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us, two things that he was mad about. So one is he was mad about Krishna, he was always searching for Krishna, and another is, what is that another?
He's running after the
And running after the living entities who are not Krishna conscious. Pakad ke bhakti bana hai. So like that. So these two things is actually the sadhana that we are supposed to practice. We should try to develop attachment to the holy name and Srimad Bhagavatam, so which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu practically demonstrated. And then the very same things he also distributed. So these two things are very, very essential. And just to clarify, the acharyas in the movement, like Jiva Goswami and all the other, this one, his next descendants. So they all also like relished Krishna consciousness to the core, and then they distributed. They organized the first distribution of these literatures and things like that. So then later on, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and Srila Prabhupada, all of them, they actually demonstrated this, and they made a system in which this can be practiced. So it is of great value, like what has been handed down to us with lot of care and attention and things like that. So there are constantly like so many people will be talking about these systems and all is like useless, So we have to do something, hatke karna padega, and things like that. So this Hare Krishna mantra is of not much of this one. Kuch to alag mantra japna padega, and then kuch to alag system karna padega, things like that. So this is all like let them go to hell, like whatever they want to do. So but we have complete faith in the process. We have complete faith in Krishna, the scriptures, like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Guru Parampara, and whatever they have is a perfect formula for us to go back to the spiritual world and to realize Krishna and to get the highest. This one, in fact, another thing also, like the same book I was reading 2 days back. This I just gave a title saying Dasya to Madhurya. So in Navadvip Dham Mahatmaya, so Bhaktivinoda Thakur actually writes about how one will attain the service to Radha and Krishna and Vrindavan. Now with Krishna, there are 5 relationships: Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, and Vatsalya. Vatsalya and Madhurya. By first worshipping Gauranga in the mood of Shanta and Dasya, the devotee attains Krishna's service in the other rasas. According to his relationship with the Lord, the devotee's eternally perfect mood spontaneously manifests in the course of his devotional service. Whoever makes a distinction between Gauranga and Krishna is contemptible and will never attain a relationship with Krishna. But in the association of devotees, one who possesses the qualities beginning with humility will first worship Gauranga in Dasya or servitude relationship. This Dasya Rasa is the highest mood in worship of Gauranga. It is in that mood that the devotee calls Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. When the worship of Gauranga and Dasya Rasa reaches full maturity in heart of the living entity, Madhurya Rasa naturally develops in his heart. At that time, one's worship of Gaura Hari qualifies him to worship Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. Gauranga then drowns the devotee in the nectar of Radha and Krishna's eternal pastimes, which the devotee enters as he attains Vrindavan. The materialist who is blind to spiritual life cannot see the deep relationship between Navadvip and Braja, which are simultaneously one and different. Know for certain that this same relationship exists between Gaura and Krishna, who are also simultaneously one and different. Finally, Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati confirms this principle in Sri Chaitanya Chandramrita. For one who sticks firmly to the service of lotus feet of Lord Gaura, the ocean of nectar from lotus feet of Srimati Radharani automatically floods his heart. No? Like our acharyas have given a path to attain the law of Godhead, path to attain loving devotional service unto Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. And that's by the way of chanting the names of the Lord in the form of Hare Krishna mantra, studying Srimad Bhagavatam, developing attachment to them, and then distributing them to as many people as possible. And this is our sadhana. And we are confident that by doing this sadhana, so like as spoken by Bhakti Vinod Thakur, as spoken by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Srila Prabhupada, we are confident that we will be able to attain this particular thing. And if at all we have any doubt, there is no question of we attaining the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. So this is for sure and guaranteed. So with this I pause today's discussion. Any questions, comments we can take.
This is like this which book?
Which one?
Book.
This book is Our Family Business by Vaisheshika Kapoor. So it's a book on book distribution.
We hear a lot.
Prabhuji also.
In the beginning, you were mentioning that in the beginning of the creation, basically, like Lord Brahma saw that people were interested in sense gratification also. But in the third canto, one more thing I also read that in the beginning, no one was interested in sense gratification, and that's why he induced this male and female concept so that people can read.
So this is at a different instance probably. So this is the prayers to the energy. So like there are many instances, many this ones that could be there. So even creation also happened in many different phases, right? Like when 4 Kumaras they rejected, and then after that Rudras were created, and then they were so much behind this one exploitation and things like that. So the many phases of creation happened. It is not that like in the beginning of creation in complete Sattva-guna and things like that. All kinds of creations happened in the beginning itself. So all kinds of creations happen. In 4th canto also, like if you see before Dhruva Maharaj, this one pastimes, so you will see like Adharma is created, Dharma is created, all kinds of personalities were created. So at some point in time, so Brahma felt that that particular this one is extracted and put as a prayer over there.
So we hear a lot about sense gratification, how we had to restrict ourselves not to get into it. So for example, if you see even for prasadam plate comes, then immediately everything goes background.
So one devotee was telling, he told that I will not hear the speaker, like about one another speaker. So like why you will not hear? Because that Prabhuji made a big statement and I'm not able to digest it. So what is the statement? Even if you are attached to Mahaprasad Gulab Jamun, your going back to Godhead is stopped. Even if you are attached to enjoying Mahaprasad Gulab Jamun, your going back to Godhead is stopped. Definitely it is so purifying to a certain extent. It is not that much purifying that you are going to go back to Godhead. If you have to go back to Godhead, one has to be like fully attached to the service of Krishna. And that is going to produce enjoyment. That is going to produce so much of happiness, bliss. So that you are entitled. But then the focus should be on the service. So what to do? Like, no. This is the need. Otherwise, like, we'll go back to Godhead and we'll see that koi bhi like mera saathi nahi hai. Everybody are different. I am the odd man out. And sorry to cut short the question. Like, you can ask.
And that was like, what is the thing that we can remember or meditate on, so that when the temptations, sense gratification, things that we know that they are there, they're present.
So the general principle of the whole purpose of all the yoga systems is this. So, but unfortunately, all the yoga systems actually start with a dharmic background. Like, for Kali Yuga people, like to apply, any of these yoga systems becomes quite difficult, because the starting point of like either karma yoga, like jnana yoga, the starting point is like little more this one. Even the karma yoga, the starting point is like a very high conditioning for living in a dharmic this one. Everything to do in dharmic way, so like that. So that is quite difficult for in Kali Yuga, because like it is people are having samskars of adharma. Like all of us have been born, and then most of us have not been raised in the Vedic culture, and it's quite rare, somebody has got a Vedic parenting and things like that and all. So maybe some devotee kids, they may have got. So, but then it is quite difficult, to expect that. So then now this samskaras, like they are going to bombard, like so much of adharmic thoughts, like even in Krishna consciousness, when we are practicing nicely in 16 rounds and things like that, and suddenly like some sinful thought comes to the mind. And then devotee becomes like, itna circus kar raha hu, fir bhi the mind is not, the mind is still a non-devotee. So it requires a very solid practice, in fact, it is mentioned in the terms of advancement, like it is mentioned that a person is naturally accustomed and interested in doing adharmic activities. That's a very downtrodden this one. And then he understands, I should not do adharmic activities, like, like 4 regulative principles I should follow and things like that. So externally he puts himself, what he wants to attain internally. So first he starts practicing that externally, right? And then we also try to render devotional service, there are high power devotional services that are there. So like especially the morning program that we have is a really high power devotional service, like where it is, if you see the whole program, it is nothing but Shravanam and Kirtanam. Like you do like the Mangalarati songs, everything is like Shravanam and Kirtanam is going on. Then after that chanting, it is supposed to be Shravanam and Kirtanam. Not Shayanam. Or only Kirtanam and no Shravanam. So, and then after that Bhagavatam class, Guru Puja, and everything is like this one. And in that also, there are like very high power, this one is there. So worship of Sri Guru is considered to be like really very powerful. We have worship of Prabhupada, and we also have worship of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, like Panchatattva in the morning program. And then we also have Tulasi, Aarti and prayers. So like, these are all very, very high power, this one. This is what Narad Muni gave to a similar kind of a case study. Something very similar to us is Nagari. So like, that's what we can get a closest example. So like, he was having very bad sanskara, very, very bad sanskara. Like, this, what is it? Definitely he would have had illicit sex, meat eating, though definitely there. And then cruelly, killing animals and things like that and all. So from there to like be absorbed in thoughts of Krishna and become a very elevated devotee is very, very difficult. It is not possible. It's not at all possible so easily. So he had Narad Muni in his life, and we have Srila Prabhupada in life. That's there. That's that equation is solved, or that requirement is solved. And then what is the practice that was told to Mrigari?
Keep it to the screen.
Chant the holy names.
Give up your law. Break the law.
Give up the adharmic activities and chant. Then what else?
Depend on Krishna for maintenance.
Worship Tulsi and depend on Krishna for maintenance, then
Give up your job.
give up your job. Yeah, so that is that, like, Then also he mentioned, whatever you have earned by the way of adharma, what you are supposed to do with that? हाँ? हाँ, दान में दे दो, सब कुछ दान में दे दो, and then नया घर बनाओ, and don't take too much of tension, like go to a river side and then put 4 logs of wood so you will get anywhere, and then you will get कुछ like पेड़ का पत्ता वगैरह लेके like roof बना दो, and then उधर एक तुलसी पॉट रख लो and बैठ के शांति करो. This is like very powerful method of devotional service, right? So now we have the powerful method of devotional service, but then we have little gaps. That's the problem that we have. So, but the system that is given to Narad Muni, given to Mridari, is like very powerful. And in those purports, Srila Prabhupada actually writes, so like not just in anywhere, like even in the Western countries, even in big buildings or anywhere, like if somebody is there, and if he Tulsi plant, and if he sincerely chants the names of the Lord without committing offenses, he will make tremendous progress in Krishna consciousness. That's very powerful process. So like this, these powerful processes are there. So now to make this process very effective, like one important thing that is needed is very strong attachment to the goal. That is, my heart should become purified. So I should have nice devotional thoughts, of hearing the names of the Lord, studying Srimad Bhagavatam, and developing attachment to these things. So I should have these devotional thoughts, and I should feel, as if like, if I'm not able to do this, I should feel as if like all my money is looted. As of now, that's what I'm attached to, or all whatever is we are attached to. That thing is taken off. How we will feel bad. So in that way, like we should start discussing about these goals. And more we discuss about some goal, so more we become attached to that goal. By Shravanam and Kirtanam only, like we develop attachment to the goal. And we should associate with people who are having attachment to that goal. So this is how the whole like our mind or our system gets programmed. So a person who's addicted to something, he can actually give that addiction to another person. So like just like drunkard gets, if you associate with a drunkard, like you also get addiction to it. So, and in fact, like many instances, many Shastric statements are there. So to justify this particular point, so one who's attached to Krishna, so we should take their association so that we also get similar kind of a goal and similar kind of a hankering to attain the goal. So once we have that, then the process becomes much more rewarding, and the heart purification becomes much more faster. And then we start having clear thought process and things like that. Yes,
Thank you for this wonderful class. Once I was sharing with one of my friends that we should not over endeavor for the success. Just like it will come if it is there in the karma. Just like miseries comes by its own. So he was telling that no. Things get bad by its own, it's get bad naturally. But to set right or achieve something, we have to endeavor. And he was giving example that just like this room is there and it will get by default dirty. But to make it clean, we have to endeavor. So, how much?
So this is the same thing like Krishna also mentions that, what do you think, like even sannyasis also they have to make their endeavor. भिक्षा लेने के लिए बाहर जाना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो भूखा मरेंगे. So like endeavor everybody has to do. That is what is mentioned. Endeavor everybody has to do. And what endeavor should be done is what is my dharma, that much endeavor I have to do. If I am following the varnashrama or if I am following the karma yoga, so then I have to endeavor accordingly. So how much dharmically, how much endeavor is allowed to me, so that much endeavor I have to do. So not doing endeavor is also a sin. Doing over endeavor is also a sin. So jitna karna utna hi karna. So that is proper. So like that is the thing that people actually get confused. That so they put the endeavor this one and then they justify it for going behind very tough goals and things like that and all. So that's not this one. Endeavor is that I am, what is that? I am, what is my identity? That needs to be identified. So I am a grahastha, or I am a brahmachari, or I am a whatever I am. So and in that, like, what kind of propensities that I have got. So accordingly, my duties have to be decided, and those duties, whether I get success or failure, I have to do that. So like that. So this one is attached to, one has to endeavor to get success in the material world. No, that is like completely a wrong formula. No, one has to endeavor to perform his dharma, whether success comes or failure comes. No, that is Vedic principle. No, like if this is all very very little chota differences here. So if we just do a wrong activity, then we will go 180-degree opposite direction. No, so then we will not be able to get the desired result. So then so we have to put endeavor for success in Krishna consciousness, and we have to put endeavor in the material things, just because it is my duty. How much I have to do. So that's all. Now whether success comes, failure comes, it doesn't matter. No? So that is not there in my hand. So that is something that is to be like, already I have earned for that. Already whatever punya I have performed in the past lives, according to that I will get. So now if I try to change, it is not, it is not warranted to change that. So like whether success comes or failure comes, I should do the dharmic activities with full enthusiasm. So this is a basic difference. The materialism, the enthusiasm is based on success and failure. And the Vedic system, the enthusiasm is based on I have to perform my duty. So like, whether what result comes, it doesn't matter. So I am duty bound, I have to perform this duty, so I will do it at any cost. That one. So enthusiasm, everybody has to be enthusiastic. But then, so for what reason? That is very important.
In following dharma, Prabhuji, will be the success. Following dharma, then will be the success.
Eventual success.
So no one will fail.
No one will fail. Eventual success will be there. Eventual success will be there. So it's just like, it's something that you can see that a person has studied for some time, he gave an exam, and then next semester is going on, and he's studying, in middle of studies, he's there. And then when the mark is announced, so like it is not the result of his current endeavor, it's the result of his past endeavor. So that should not affect his current endeavor. Rather, that should enhance his enthusiasm to study nicely, so that in the future he will get good results. So that should be this one. So that result which has come, it should not like deviate him, or it should not reduce his enthusiasm from this one. Like if he just performs his duty at that point in time, like if he says like, क्या टीचर है, लाइक इतना बुरा मार्क दिया, मैं कुछ नहीं पढ़ूंगा, तो फिर क्या होगा? अगली एग्जाम में भी बुरा मार्क आएगा और बुरा हो जाएगा, है ना? So like that. So this is like, why the God is doing all these things? So I will not follow that. So then it becomes like even more bad actually, right? So we should see that we should be. That is the training. The Vedic training is. We should follow dharma. Come what may, we should follow dharma. We should, at any cost, we should not deviate from the dharma. So that is a program that is being made into the system. So everybody are tuned for that. Like, so dharmic thought process is fed into the system. Dharmic rules and regulations are fed into the system. So like anything happens, like everybody thinks in the dharmic way. Okay? So that's the richness of the Vedic culture. So that's why there was no depression, there was no these kind of things in the Vedic culture. It was like, ऐसे भी like कुछ बुरा आया तो मैंने किया होगा कुछ लीला, accept कर लेते, टेंशन क्यों, इतना टेंशन क्यों लेते? So nothing can affect a person. And then he plans, okay, like इतना बुरा result आया, मतलब और enthusiasm बढ़ रहा है, like future के लिए अच्छा prepare करना चाहिए, and things like that. Positive attitude, heights of positive attitude. That's Vedic system. Yes, somebody else was asking.
Prabhuji, like we generally when we read Bhagavatam, it is said that we should start from the first canto and then gradually move to the 10th canto, because, and he also mentioned that the whole purpose of the Bhagavatam is to understand the vast of the Lord. Then, like, what is the purpose of 11th canto? Because already, like, 10th canto, casting the blood.
Yeah. So this is the system looks like even in Bhagavad Gita. Now we see that Karma Yoga is mentioned first, and then Bhakti is mentioned in the middle, and then Jnana is mentioned in the end. So so this is the treasure. Sometimes various different explanations are given. The treasure in the middle, and also like in terms of description of Srimad Bhagavatam as the personality of the Supreme Lord. The first and second cantos are considered to be the lotus feet, and then gradually like that, and then the 10th canto is considered to be the this one, the face of the Lord, and then this one, 11th and 12th are considered to be the nice, this one, the hair and the crown, of the Lord and things like that. So these various descriptions are there, and this like 10th and 11th and 12th canto also, it is very very essential, for a devotee. It is not that Krishna is complete and he is beautiful with all his limbs, all the limbs of the Krishna put together. His personality, is one personality, and the people who actually love Krishna, so they have though one certain portion of Krishna they would like to see, So, but then, every aspect, anything that is connected to Krishna is very very dear to the Supreme Lord. Right? So in that way, even they also make a lot of importance, and especially for the sadhakas, it makes a great deal of importance, for us. There are many wonderful instructions are there in 11th and 12th canto, which is very helpful for the practicing devotees, to make advancement. And even also, it is for the relishment of advanced devotees. All these contents are there. So it looks like this is a kind of a pattern, that is followed like that. Hare Krishna. Okay, it's 8:45. So we
One question that you mentioned a point that matter cannot attract somebody for a prolonged period of time. It cannot be eternal. So another thing is that we somehow are eternally connected with matter. We are always illusion. It is giving happiness.
No, frustrated, na?
Frustrated, whatever.
If reciprocity with matters association would have happened, then there is no point in Banda already happy to be disturbed. Oh, parishan hai. That's why we are doing preaching. Banda to parishan hai material world.
This question is especially for atheists or those who are not aware of dharmic process, maybe about our Western countries and all. So in that case, they are eternally connected with material nature, always illusion. And another thing which is that Krishna consciousness is dormant. So then how it will be possible for them to get into Krishna consciousness unless there is a agency of devotees?
Yeah, that's the whole thing, na, Markine Bhagavad Dharma. So that bhajan which Goda Kripa, Koile Krishna, Ademera Prati, Srila Prabhupada writes. So it's like the very same argument that he puts. These people are fully immersed in material modes of passion and ignorance. How will they ever get the opportunity to become a devotee? And then he quotes the previous set of shlokas, of this chapter. Just this one, from Srinvatam Swakata Krishna to this one. I don't know, till this point he mentions Vidyate. So he quotes this set of shlokas. If somehow or other, if they service to the Supreme Lord, by the way of giving oral reception to the pure message of Srimad Bhagavatam. And that's the expertise of Srila Prabhupada. He gave the opportunity, for them to hear about the holy name. And then he told that we should do Sankirtan, and then sometimes there is problem that people are saying that people are doing too much of Allah. That's the success of our preaching. सुना दिया ना? हरे कृष्ण. आप देखो मैं सुना दिया तुमको हरे कृष्ण. तुम्हारा material life खत्म है. आप देखे आ जाते हैं. So and then people say no, I will never become devotee. You don't become devotee. You just catch this book, just turn few pages and give it back. तुम्हारा life खत्म है. So because this has such potency, the words of Srimad Bhagavatam has so much of potency. Like, because these people are just sinful, so like they're not still offensive to the transcendental subjects. So, like when they hear even one word of Srimad Bhagavatam, it will create a great revolution in them. So, great deal of churning actually happens in them. So that's why we should actually see that if we really want to invite Krishna within our hearts, so we should intensely practice this Krishna consciousness, by chanting nicely, by studying Srimad Bhagavatam nicely, and then trying to distribute this message of Krishna consciousness nicely. So this is actually a process. The whole process is not just doing chanting for ourselves, not just doing kirtan amongst devotees. No, the whole sadhana process in Kali Yuga is that also to reach out to people, to like requesting them to take up Krishna consciousness. So when we do that sadhana nicely, so then we will see the transformation of heart happens very nicely. And then in this process, like the other people also will get benefited. That's the only way. Otherwise, like people themselves, there's no point in telling like materialists are like this, materialists are like that. Why they are like that? Because we have not gone out and distributed books. That's why they are like that. Blame is on us, not on them. Like that.
So one more question I have. So you mentioned a point that attrition rate in the lotus feet of Lord is 0. So then
What is that? Attrition. Attrition with lotus feet of Lord.
so then how can we say that material world is eternal fact?
Middle word is?
Eternal fact.
So like there are some people who have not taken shelter of lotus feet of Lord.
There will be always people like that.
Yeah, many are there. बदमाश लोग तो काफी है. So and yeah, so it is there. ठीक है. ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय.
Hare Krishna. So I'd like to thank Prabhuji for such an enlightening class, talking about the strong attachment to the goal. And now we have to be fixed and determined in practicing our devotional service. So we'll chant one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
So one more announcement. So last week we had the Grand Rath Yatra. And now the next festival that is coming up next month, the Grand Janmashtami. So we'll be starting our promotions for today. We'll be distributing some pamphlets to the PGs, inviting as many youths as possible, and also collecting their contacts. So Deepak Bro will be displaying an app now. He'll be showing us some ways how to register people. He has created an app. Most of us know, some of us know about, and others who don't know about. So for their facility, he'll be displaying the different things.
One that so Bhadra Purnima is coming up, and then like previously we used to do a model of we used to tell our congregation ki like plan a donation for gifting Bhagavatam. But then now since temple construction other things are coming up, so there is we cannot part with donation too much. So we thought that we will try to distribute to common people as much as possible Srimad Bhagavatam sets. So we are trying to take a target of we have done like more than 100 sets and all. So but then that is through donation model. So but now we are trying to increase the distribution model. So we want to take a humble target of 30, but internally we want to have a target of at least 50 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam. So I request all devotees to some or other help in this one. If you can distribute more Bhagavatam sets, and like please Srila Prabhupada, that will be nice. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, once we receive the login credential from the admin panel, we can log in with this portal. So, I have one credential, so I will log in with this. Once you log in into the application, you will see the tab like this. So we have to focus only on the participants part, that how we add the participants. So when we go inside the participants part, so you can see the list of the participants. So here